Hello, welcome to my channel. I just wanted to put this out there to the universe, anybody that comes across this. I do make playlists on my channel. One is called Rest in Heaven, and it's made for those who were shown very little respect on this earth, and more than likely their demise was caused by some sort of violence or neglect. That does not mean that is everybody on that playlist. However, if you do have somebody you would like on that playlist, feel free to email me. It's in my description. It's hissallymyjack@gmail.com. And I will be more than happy to make a video for that person. It's a moment of silence and respect because, like I said, a lot of the faces that are on that playlist were shown very little love and respect and consideration while they were on this earth. So to me, it's important that they have that. And again, it doesn't apply to all the people on there, but a good vast majority of them. Also, I have a playlist for those who are still missing that we know are deceased. However, their remains have never been found. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just a child. It could be an adult as well, a teenager, doesn't matter. So if there's somebody out there that you know about that isn't on that playlist or you would like on that playlist so that way their name and their faces can get out there and not be forgotten, again, feel free to email me about it. I will be more than happy to put them on there. Same thing with any of the missing children in any of the states. If I can find the information I need and the pictures and whatnot, I will do that as well. I don't have all 50 states up there as of yet, but I do have some that are on there right now. And as far as the playlist that I had just spoke about with the remains that are still out there, the reason I have that playlist is because I personally believe that in order for those people, whether they're adults or children, to be 100% at peace, their remains need to be found. Plus, they deserve it. They all deserve it, no matter what the circumstances are. And then also, any unidentified or cold cases that you would like put up on a playlist as well and to be looked into, feel free to email me. I have, like I said, I am open-minded. I have no problem looking into anything. This channel I made because of Summer Wells. However, it is not limited to Summer. Summer Wells' case is, and her tragedy is what really kind of lit the fire under my ass to start this channel. And the most important thing is I want to keep the faces of the missing out there. These children, they deserve to be found, whether their family, their bloodline, or whoever was responsible can care less. I care. I care and I know what they deserve. And I know that they all deserve a chance to be found and not to be forgotten about. So it's important to keep faces out there. It doesn't matter how long they've been missing. It doesn't matter if they're deceased but their remains weren't found. All children deserve to be loved and deserve to be found. And again, feel free to email me with any missing child or missing remains of somebody that is out there and hasn't had a proper burial. I believe it is so important that they are shown love, especially to the ones who did not receive that love on this earth and they lived a lifetime of tragedy and misery. It is incredibly important, and it is my mission to make sure they're not forgotten. It is my mission to make sure their faces are out there and that their names are out there and that these children stay relevant, that these cases stay relevant, and that these tragic stories that these kids have gone to are told, because hopefully by telling their stories, it will open up the eyes and ears of others who choose to ignore it, or maybe they will find something in there that can help them notice something that can save a different child. Also, I know these stories are extremely hard to listen to, and I go through it too. I've had to step away multiple times because sometimes it just gets to be too much. But at the end of the day, I know by talking about their tragedy and what they went through and putting it out to the world and the universe, that their stories are being told. And no matter if it's a 2-minute video or a 2.5 hour video, that we sit and listen and have to endure what we hear or see, that is nothing compared to what these children have gone through. That is so minimal compared to what they experienced, because yes, we are hearing about it, we are talking about it, but they actually lived through it. And for me at least, the least I can do is put their story out there, sit and be uncomfortable, and sit and feel some sort of way, But again, nothing compared to what they went through. And to me, that's important. They went through some absolutely horrific things. And those are only the ones we know about. I can't even imagine the ones we don't know. But that's why I'm saying, for me at least, it is so important to get that out there because it needs to be told. They they are not here for a reason, and what they went through and what they lived through was undeserving and wasn't fair. And a lot of the times, their stories aren't told because people are uncomfortable. People have the mindset that if it's not, affecting them directly in their own family, that they don't matter, and that's not true. Just like people have the mindset that if it is ignored, it doesn't exist or it'll just go away. But that's not true either. If you see something, you say something, and hope that, you were wrong instead of right, but at least doing something gives a chance of saving a child. There are so many children out there that we have seen, and then later on, we see people step forward saying, well, I heard this, or I saw that, I witnessed that, but I didn't think nothing of it, and I wish I would have did something. Well, unfortunately, wishing you would have done something is definitely a little too late. Um, I, I know we all have our own things that we have to deal with on a regular basis. None of us are perfect. None of us have the perfect family or the perfect house or, perfect life or any of that. But again, taking a few minutes just to listen to what these kids have gone through and letting their stories be told and remembering what they went through, for me, is incredibly important. And also, I do have a newer playlist that is very triggering, and the whole purpose of that playlist is because there are things in each one of those videos, and there's quite a few, and I will be adding more, that I feel need to be put out there because there's somebody out there that needs to see them because it will give them either the courage or the epiphany that they need to see that something's not right. It's more of like a learning playlist so we can try and do better as a whole, as a collective, and try to save whoever we can because humanity has lost its way. So I'm hoping if you see a case, whether it's a child's case or an adult's case, solved or unsolved, um, maybe there's something that can be taken away from that. That would make you notice something you probably wouldn't have noticed unless you saw that, or make you even just understand something. I've even put, there's some videos of the family members who are related to somebody who is a murderer, serial killer, what have you, and they talk about their journey. And they try to make amends for what their family member did to the victims by meeting the victim's family. And I feel that when cases are being shown, it's really easy for a lot, and I've done it myself, I'll admit it. It's really easy to have a certain type of feeling about the family members of the criminal. And I think the more intense the case is, the more sensationalized it is, you start picking it apart and be like, well, how did you not notice this red flag? And then you can start, pointing fingers and blaming. We've all done it. And there's nothing wrong. We're human. We want answers and we want to help and we just want to know how things happen the way they have. Um, and for me at least, I feel like the families of the convicted or accused or the perpetrator, however you want to word it, the predator, I feel like some of them, not all of them, but I do feel like some of them really get the short end of the stick. And it talks about, how they've been attacked, they've been threatened and stuff. And some of them genuinely are as much in the dark as the rest of the world. They truly did not see any kind of signs. Granted, there are some that saw the signs and just thought nothing of it or didn't take it seriously. But I don't know. I felt it was important to put that out there because it is so quick and easy to judge the family around the victims and the family around the predators or the perpetrators, criminal, however you want to word it. And I just, I came across those videos and it really kind of opened my eyes. And so I'm hoping by, putting that out there, maybe it can help somebody else. My entire channel is about being a voice for the voiceless, making these kids stay relevant, showing them the last bit of love that they never even got on Earth. a perfect example, Harmony Montgomery. Um, she, ugh, and there's others, but for her, I feel, in my opinion, that Adam, it was like one last dig towards her. It was his one last way to hurt her by making sure she was never found. And that bothers me. That's something that will keep me up at night because, like I said, I believe they all deserve to be found no matter what they may mean. And in some cases, and I do feel this for Harmony's case, I feel like it's spiteful. It's not just self-preservation so these criminals don't get caught. It's also to hurt other family members or to hurt the child one more time, like a final dig. You know what I mean? Because once they dispose of the body and they do it in such a way that they know they'll never be found, it's like they're trying to hurt them in, for eternity by doing that. And yeah, sure, some of it could just simply be them wanting to cover their own asses and not be found out. But once they're found out and they still don't talk, that tells me, well, that's out of spite. That meant that they were trying to really, really hurt that child. And I really do, deep in my heart, feel that that's something that is a part of Harmony. I really feel that Adam is, well, we all know he's a monster, okay? He's pure evil. But I really feel like it wasn't just to cover his own hide. I really feel like he did it to forever hurt her because he knows what he did with her and he's not telling anybody where she is. So for me, again, that's something like that that'll keep me up at night. I want all of these kids to be found. They all deserve to be found. And again, my purpose, my role in this life is to shine my light in the darkness, to show the darkness that is out there, and also to use my light to guide the way through the dark. And for a lot of these cases, that's what it means. They need light shown on the darkness that they lived, the darkness that they survived, and the darkness that caused their demise. And in Harmony's case, the darkness that is keeping her from being found, like so many others. So please feel free to email me at hissallymyjack@gmail.com if there is a child you would like put up there, or if there is a case, and I will do my best to honor that. Because like I said, it's really important to me to make sure their stories are told and that they stay relevant and that their faces are out there. And again, yes, I started this because I did not like what I was seeing in Summer's case, and that did light the fire I needed to do it, not just to be an advocate for Summer, but to be an advocate for the other kids like Summer, like Classic and Sincere, like Monkey, like Ariel Sellers, Harmony, I mean, Quentin. There are just so many. Uh, it's absolutely heartbreaking how many there are, and there's so many of them that when I try to name them, my brain just spins because I can't get them all out at the same time. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to hear the voice of the voiceless. Thank you again. Have a good day.